G'day guys, over the past couple of weeks I've been buying up a few new parts while they've been on sale and finally ready to have a go at putting another quad together, so I thought I would turn it into a build video. I'll probably split this into a couple of parts just to keep them a little bit shorter, but hopefully if you're thinking of building your own quad, this will help you out. Alright, let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need is a frame. Now frames are normally spoken about as being 4, 5, 6 inch frames. What that's referring to is the size of propeller that the frame actually uses. Sometimes instead of being spoken about by the propeller size, they'll be spoken about as the distance between the motors. So you might have a 210mm frame, but more commonly they're spoken about by propeller size. For this build I've chosen the Armattan Chameleon for a couple of reasons. Up until now I've been using the Impulse RC Alien frames, but they're getting quite expensive. I think they're about 170 bucks now and I wasn't happy to pay that much. Secondly, this frame comes with a lifetime warranty, so when I crash and break it, I can send it away and get another one, which I think is a pretty good deal. Next up, you're going to need some motors. Now, I've chosen the EMAX 2205S 2300 kV motors. For a 5-inch frame, which is what this is, you're probably looking between 23 to 2600 kV. Any lower than that's probably going to be too slow. Any faster than that, you're going to draw too many amps and burn out some electronics. So you're going to need 4 motors. To go with your motors, you're going to need some ESCs, or electronic speed controllers. I've chosen the EMAX Bullet Series 30 amps. 30 amps should be plenty for a 5-inch quad. So you're going to need 4 of those. Working our way in, you're going to need a flight controller. Now, there's 4 types of firmware that are the most commonly used one: Betaflight, CleanFlight, RaceFlight and KISS. Now, I've been using KISS on my builds up until now, but I'm really excited. I've got a Betaflight F3 controller here, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go. This one also has a built-in PDB, or power distribution board, which means I don't need one of those in my build, so it's good for saving some space as well. After that, you need a receiver. So this is what your radio transmitter talks to, gives the instructions to the quad. Because I use a Tyrannus, I'm using an FRSKY X4R. This will depend on what sort of radio that you use. Next, I need to take care of my FPV setup, or my first person view. So the first thing I need is a camera. So I've selected the Foxeer HS1177. The 1177 style is the one that most pilots use. There's a few companies that put them out. I like the Foxeer ones. I've also replaced the standard lens with a GoPro lens because it gives a bit wider field of view, which means it's easier to hit gaps and things like that. That will plug straight into my video transmitter, or VTX. So I've got a Foxeer 25mW. It's got a nice pigtail on here, which means that in any crashes, that's going to take up some of that impact rather than the joint getting bounced around. And to plug into that, you need an antenna. So I've just got a Fatshark antenna here. That's it for parts. That's all you need to put a quad together. So next I'm going to talk about a couple of the tools that will help you with your build. First tool that you're definitely going to need is a soldering iron. Now you want a good quality soldering iron, something with variable power is good. That will make your life much easier, and we need some solder to go with that as well. Next, we're going to want a little pair of pliers or tweezers. This will just help us with holding wires and things like that. We need some wire cutters, because we're going to have to cut some of our wires down. A scalpel or some wire strippers are good. I don't have any wire strippers, so I just use a scalpel because I find it easier. A set of Allen keys. The ones that are most commonly used are the 2mm and the 2.5mm, but having a full set can come in handy. And some electrical tape. Always comes in handy when building a quad. You never know what you might use it for. Another tool that might come in handy, is quite useful, is some helping hands. So this can just help you put your electronic parts in while you're soldering, gives you 2 free hands, so have one of those if you've got one as well. Another thing that comes in really handy is some zip ties. These have got lots of uses in the build, so make sure you've got some of them sitting around. I did forget a couple of things on the parts side. I've got some landing skids here. These are just some foam pads that go on the bottom of the quad. They help in the landing, stop the frame scraping on the ground. And importantly, for when we finally want to take off, some propellers. Make sure you got some of those. I think that's it. We've got everything we need now to start our build. Next video I'm going to start work on the frame and get the camera mounted in there. So stay tuned for that one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.